people can help me with my computer. Oh.
A technician will be with you in 4 hours.
4 hours?
You can upgrade for just $5,000.
What?
The Universal Serial Config Board should be set to ID6.
I need that in plain English. Help.
Leo Laporte to call for help. May I help you?
That Leo Laporte, he's such a nice boy. Oh, hi, welcome to Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte, and this is the show where we help you answer your computer conundrums. We solve your computer questions right here. And we don't even charge you anything to do it. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is watch the show. For the next hour, we're going to talk about high tech in plain English. I may lose my Geek Guild card, but it'll be worth it. Because when you leave this show today, you are going to know your brain's going to feel stuffed. You're going to feel bloated. You're going to say, I know so much. And eventually, you give me I tell you what, all I ask is give me 6 weeks, okay, watching this show, and you will become a personal confuser expert. And people will be coming, I promise you this, or your money back. People will be coming to you and saying, hey, you know how to, you're an expert on computers. Tell me how to, and you'll go, oh, yeah, I know how to do that. And you know what, I'll make you a deal. You don't even have to mention Call for Help or ZDTV or even me. You pretend you learned it all on your own. You could if you want to, but you don't have to. This is an interactive show. We do it live Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it live for one reason only, so you can call. Here's my toll-free number. Anywhere in North America, I want to hear from you. You ask a question. If there's something that's been bugging you, don't be embarrassed. Use a fake name if you want. It's okay. 888-989-7879. That's the phone number. And I like the questions where you're embarrassed to ask, because you know what that means? If you're thinking it, a million other people are thinking it, and they're going to say, oh, finally somebody had the guts to ask that question. I've been wondering that myself, so don't hesitate. If you're really, really shy, you can always email us, and we get the email during the show, which is really fun. As the show's going on, we'll come in here and every 5 minutes go out and get the email, and if you see something on the air, you say, no, that's wrong. Or, oh, I know a better way. Email's great for that. Call for help at zdtv.com. You know, yesterday we were talking about multi-link, modem bonding, and I had never used it. I said, I don't know anybody who's used it. Send me email. I got more than 20 emails from people who used it and loved it, and we were able to get that on the air before the show was over. That's what this is so good for. Then finally, the fun way to play along is in the chat room. Now, here's what happens. When you first go in there, you'll be in the lobby, as I am right now. Let me just see what I'm the golden bird. I'm in the lobby. What you do then is you click on Call for Help, all right, and that'll take you to the Call for Help room. Now, you see what happened there? The Call for Help room was full. So it popped me over to the Macquarium, which is great. Let me just say hello, and this is the first thing you should do when you get in there. Hello, everybody. And if you're new to this, just say, I'm new here. And people will be so friendly and nice, and they'll take good care of you. This, if you've never chatted before, is a wonderful way to get involved with chat for the first time. It's moderated. It's safe for kids, safe for everybody. Nobody will yell at you. And it really is a fun way to participate in the show. Okay? 3 ways to do it. Now, let me tell you about today's show. Can you imagine a laptop that will let you create professional quality movies on your notebook? That's right. All the power of Hollywood in a 5.7-pound laptop. Macworld's Chris Breen is going to be here to show us Apple's latest PowerBook G3 and the cool new Graphite iBook, the 2 new Macintosh notebooks right here on this very shoe. Also, when you get on the web, do your vibrant reds look like they've been run through the wash every time you print? Wouldn't it be nice if the color you see on the monitor could be accurately represented on the printer? We're going to show you a couple of ways to calibrate your color. This is becoming more and more important as people print stuff out, do their own newsletters, and shop online. You don't want to buy a red sweater and find out it's magenta when you get it. It's happened to me. I look good in magenta. Let's get to our first caller today from Gibraltar, Michigan. Craig's on the line. Hi, Craig.
Hi, Leo.
How are you?
Good.
What can I do for you?
I had a question. I have a Dell laptop,
yep.
And when I get it and I turn it on,
yes.
Every time I get a screen that says select your hardware profile.
Yes.
I have 5 or 6 to choose from. What are they and what do they do?
You could turn that off, and I'll show you how to do that. That's because, especially in notebooks, you're often plugging and unplugging cards, plugging and unplugging CDs. For instance, some notebooks, you can either have a CD or a floppy. So that would be 2 different hardware configurations. So this is very common on notebooks, but it can happen on PCs too. And what it is, it's just a way of you letting the computer know, oh, today I'm using configuration 1, the floppy and a PC card with an Ethernet connection. Today, and then tomorrow, oh, I'm using configuration 2, CD-ROM, and I'm using a PC card with a modem. That kind of thing. That's all it's for.
All right.
Is it because do you have a variety of different ways, like a dock? Do you have a dock?
No, I don't. I just have the laptop.
And you don't swap out?
I don't swap anything.
So you can, all of the drives are, then you could turn that off, and I'll show you how to do that. Right-click on My Computer, go to Properties, okay?
Right.
And then click on Hardware Profiles.
All right.
This is a feature of Windows 98. And you'll see, now I only have 1 original configuration.
I have 4.
You have 4. You can click on them and delete them.
What one should I keep?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Is it informative?
Yeah, they have names.
Yeah, but are they? Well, if you can figure out what it means from the name, then I guess
original configuration is what I usually use.
Yeah, that's the one. That's how you figure it out. Try it. If everything works under original configuration, delete everything else.
All right.
And you can always, you know what, it's not the end of the world. You can always add new ones as time goes by, you know. And that comes from going to the device manager, and you see, let's say this DVD-ROM here, okay? If I double-click on that, if I get properties, you'll see somewhere, well, not in this one. Some devices, I guess because this is internal, that's not going to work. Maybe the modem will give me the chance. Some devices will say, yeah, here it is. Disable in this hardware profile, remove from this hardware profile. Okay, so devices that can be enabled or disabled or removed will have, it didn't on my DVD because that's a built-in device, but if it had been a removable, it would have this little thing at the bottom here.
So I'll only need to do that if I ever swap cards while the computer's off, like floppy drives and CD-ROM?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
It's there so that you have a variety of possibilities. Now, that, for instance, that Dell, you have what is this, 3,500, 7,000?
7,000.
Oh, what a nice computer.
I know.
And that Dell keeps everything. It's a 3-spindle machine, so you can keep your floppy, your CD, and your hard drive all at once. But you might get a docking station, and that might change the configuration, right? You might put a PC card in there, that would change it. But if you're not doing any of that stuff, yeah, just use the original.
No, it's all built in.
Yeah, you don't need it. That thing is a wonderful computer. You like it?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It runs all my games.
Yeah, it's got that really nice Rage Mobility chip.
Yeah, it's one of the ones with the good 3D chip too.
That's
I can
right.
run a lot of games.
That's right. The Rage Mobility. That's an expensive notebook. Did you get this for yourself or?
I got it for Christmas. From my dad.
Your dad's a nice guy.
I know.
I hope you give him a big hug, or whatever it is you older sons do. My son's 5. He gives me a hug. Okay, good. Hugs are nice.
I love my parents.
Yeah, you ought to. That's nice. They obviously love you. Hey, thanks for the call, okay?
All right, thanks.
Yeah, I hope when my son gets to be, 18 or 19, he'll still give me a hug once in a while. Maybe not. It's probably going to be this big. No, I'm not hugging you guys. Get out of here. It's time. Get out of the way. Oh, Gabe. It's time for our web tip. Moving right along. Online dictionaries. You all probably know about Merriam-Webster online, right? It's www.m-w.com. And then you go to the Merriam-Webster dictionary and you can look up words. That's nice, but I want to give you more. This show is about nothing if it's not about more. Look at this. This is called OneLook. It's at onelook.com. This thing has like 598 dictionaries in here. So let's add, give me a word. Give me a word. Nugatory. I never knew what this means. Nugatory. Now look, I can look it up in special subjects, general words, or all dictionaries. Look it up. And if I don't know what a word is, there we go. You can look it up in all these different dictionaries. Oh, my goodness. You will read this. You will know more about nugatory than any human alive. The Moby Lexicon Project, everything's in it. 598. What does it mean? I'm just kind of curious. The Law Dictionary. Oh, now we're going to get the Law Dictionary definition of it. So if you want to do a dictionary lookup, my producer says he uses this every day to figure out what the heck I'm talking about. Of no force or effect, invalid. Here's an example. A statute which is nugatory. Use that in your next party. Coming up next, onelook.com. Your works of digital art may look like a Monet on your monitor, but like a Fonet on the paper. It takes proper calibration to get your monitor and printer to see the same colors and shades. We're going to show you how to make them see eye to eye when Call for Help continues. Ooh, the birdie colors. Welcome back to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here. Alan's on the line from Landisburg, Pennsylvania. Hello, Alan.
Hello, Leo.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Are you anywhere near Philadelphia?
No, I'm out in South Central PA.
Nuts. I'm going to Philadelphia in May. I think May or April. No, April. I don't know
It's a beautiful place if you want a detour.
Yeah. All right. We'll stop. The plane will just come down and we'll do a touch and go in Landisburg. So what can I do for you?
I have a problem.
Uh-oh.
My main task with the computer is the camera.
You know, are you using digital cameras now?
Oh, yeah. I got rid of all my 35s.
So are you a hobbyist, a pro? What is your...
Beyond hobby.
So semi-pro?
Yes.
Yeah. Neat. What do you use now? What do you shoot with?
Well, I'm using Olympus right now.
Very nice. Do you get the new Olympus?
Not yet, but I'm getting...
that new Olympus, it's about $1,300, but it takes interchangeable lenses. Amazing.
Yeah, well, the one I have takes the same lenses, so I'm getting the lenses now.
See, that's to me, and I'm sure this is true for you as a pro photographer, that's going to be the key, is the ability to put other lenses on there.
Oh, exactly. That's the only... Yes.
Yeah, because a fixed lens is nice for point and shoot, and it's quick, but you have no flexibility. I want to be able to not just zoom. I want to be able to get a wide angle on there, So anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Macro, yes.
Does it? Is it? Let me just. I'm sorry. Sorry to quiz you. We'll get to your problem in a second.
No problem.
Does the lenses aren't the same as they would be on a standard 35 millimeter SLR, though, right?
No.
So I couldn't say I want a 28 millimeter lens. That wouldn't be the same.
Well, they're in the same range.
Okay.
Yes.
They are.
Yes.
But are they, so I would still get the same, I would still say 28 millimeter for a wide angle or 105 millimeter for a medium telephone?
They're not that individualized. They're doing like zoom, like 28 millimeter to macro.
Okay. And you're pretty happy with the quality?
Definitely.
So
match any 8x10.
So what is your tale of woe then?
Color.
Color. Oh, color matching.
Monitor printer to look the same.
Yes. And this is a big problem, and it's not just for printing, it's for the web too. If you're LL Bean, and you're selling a sweater online, you got to make sure that your customers are seeing the same color that they're going to get when it comes in the mail, right?
Exactly.
So this is an increasing problem, and there's a company that's working on this, and they're actually, I like what they're doing. So let me show you their website and show you what this will do. This is a company called eColor, and they are at ecolor.com. And they've got solutions for both these things, for both printouts and for Internet. They've got this thing called True Internet Color. I'm going to show you in a second. Let me show you the software first that comes from eColor. They call it Colorific. And for you, this is probably what you want because you're concerned more with printouts. And so you want to get the display to match the printout. By the way, most scanners and your software should come with some color calibration technology, right? Very commonly, they'll come with an image that's a standard image. They'll scan it, and then you'll set it up with a print. You'll print it out, and then they'll rescan that, and then they'll do some color matching. Now, I don't know what they do with cameras. It probably doesn't work the same with cameras. This might be the solution. First of all, let's run this program here. It says, welcome to Colorific. Choose your monitor. Tilt your display till the image in the frame just turns black. That's because it's an LCD. Angle is very important. So we're going to tilt the image here on the auto angle till we got it just right. Now we're going to adjust the contrast so that I can see the furthest mountains just disappearing. That's something sometimes called gamma. We're going to adjust the slider till the blue this is gamma here till we're getting the. You see what I'm doing here? Exactly. We're getting the contrast, the brightness, just so. We're going to make that disappear. Okay, I've adjusted all three. I'm not going to do this just right because the time will go on. But you get the idea. I'm going to touch these sliders, and once we've adjusted them, we can move on. We do it for red, blue, and green. That's getting our monitor right, okay? Now, this you're going to recognize from photography. The lighting of the room is important, isn't it?
That's where the problem is.
Yeah, that's right. Outdoor is yellow. Indoors tend to be blue or green, depending on your fluorescence. Here's this color key that they give you. This blue strip, that's a known color, right? We're going to put that on the monitor here, like that. It just kind of sticks there. And then we're going to go through the lighting here, and we're going to tell them, actually, we're in kind of an odd, we're in greenish fluorescence, but I'm going to put it there. And then I can match with this slider till it matches. You can see I'm not getting it very close, am I? That's luminance. There is color. Okay, so this is going to obviously be better. And now, match screen to printer. This is the part you were interested in. Okay, and so what you're going to do is you're going to print out an image. They have some standard printers in here. Which one do you use?
Hewlett Packard 890.
All right, so we're going to use Hewlett Packard. And you can even do custom printers. You can play with this here and so forth. And calibrate it to the printer. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But you get the idea.
Yes, thank you.
This is a really nice product. We used to use one called DisplayMate, which is wonderful, but this kind of has really taken over for monitor adjustment. True Internet Color, I want everybody to do this, not just the photographers. This is so that when you buy something online, and what's happening is a lot of catalog companies are adopting this to standardize colors, so when you buy something online, it matches what you see. Whoops, I just closed it. Well, I'll leave that as an exercise for the viewer. Go to ecolor.com and run the True Internet Color. More and more companies are doing this, and I think this is going to be a huge improvement overall. You can see the problem right here where these sweaters just don't match. Does that help for you?
Very much, sir.
ecolor.com. Send us some images. I'd like to. What do you take pictures of?
Everything happening at my place of business.
Love it. What do you do?
I'm an innkeeper. I have a country inn.
It's kind of like Bob Newhart, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I want to see some. What's the name of the inn?
Warm Springs Lodge.
Warm Springs Lodge. I'm coming to Landisburg, and I'm going to stay at the Warm Springs Lodge. It's settled. It's done.
Your picture.
All right. Hey, thanks. I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Take care. We're going to take a break. I want you to test your technology. Daily quiz time. Go to the website. Click on today's quiz. Get this right. You're in a drawing for 1 year at smartplanet.com. The quiz question of the day. What's a gamma? Boy, I mentioned that fast. I don't know if I even said what it was. Is it a new 3D accelerator, an input-output relationship, a hacker organization, or Hulk's creator? Boy, I don't know. From the definitions, I have no idea. Get to the website. Give us your answer. We'll talk about gamma in just a little bit when Call for Help continues. Ladies and gentlemen, for your eyes only, the free file of the day. Every day at Call for Help, we've got a free file. This is one of our most popular features on the website. And no wonder, everybody loves something for free. Today, it's sticky notes. We can't really call them Post-it notes because 3M would sue us, but you get the idea. They're called AT notes, and at free, you can't beat the price. They sit in your system tray. See right down here? And I right-click and I say a new note, and here's a new, this is a sticky note, and it will stick wherever I put it forever. I love it. Don't you love that? And they get as big as you need them. You can move them around. You can recustomize them. You can do all sorts of things. This is a very nice program. You can even change the text color if you don't want yellow. And it's a lot of fun. You can set alarms for free. You can't beat it. Maybe I'll change my border color to blue. Let's look at that. Ooh, pretty. Sticky notes. It's 18 notes, absolutely free. Our download of the day at zdtv.com/call for help. Checking in with the chatters and seeing what they're talking about right now. And let's see, they're talking about color correction. No. Are they really? Yeah, they are. They're talking about color correction. Now, see, this is great. No matter what the topic is, you can go in there, and these guys are experts. You can ask them a question. There are a lot of smart people in the chat room. And I wouldn't think color calibration would be a topic of conversation in our chat room, but apparently it is. Anything you want to know, you go to the chat room and ask. www.zdtv.com/call-for-help. Click on Interact. Janet's on the line, our next caller of the day. Our next call for help from Ewing, Nebraska. Hello, Janet.
Hi, Leo.
How are you?
Pretty good.
What can I do for you?
Well, I've been watching the commercials on ZDTV, and they ask you to paint their logo.
Right.
And so I went into my paint program.
And you drew something.
Well,
no?
I've had 2-year-olds draw better pictures.
Well, part of the problem is this. You can't draw with this, can you?
No.
The mouse is not a good draw. So you could get a tablet. Let me show you. I'm going to show you something that you're going to have some fun with, okay?
Okay.
And this doesn't require any drawing expertise. What I love about the computer is it allows people who, I can't draw, I can't play music, but with the computer's help, I can do a lot of neat stuff. This is a free download for 30 days. It's called Cool 3D. You can get it from the ZDNet software library. If you want to buy it afterwards, and I should warn you, you might, because it's so much fun to play with. It's inexpensive. I think it's $30 or $40 if you shop around. So you want to do the ZDTV logo, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, first thing you're going to have to do is get the ZDTV logo. Just get it from the web page somewhere or scan it or, just get that logo, okay? Uh-huh. Flat. And then I'm going to show you some stuff you can do with it. The idea of this program is a 3D animator program that lets you do stuff really easy. Let's put it on I'll tell you what, let's put it on a cube, okay? We're going to take, let me find a cube here. Here's a cube. Well, you might say, that's not a cube, Leo, that's dice. Well, it is right now, but we're going to modify this in such a way that we can get it to look like what we want. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to click on it right here. I'm going to zoom in. We want to make it a little bit bigger, right? There we go. Let's make the camera a little bit closer. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, and this is why you needed the logo, I am going to put on top of it, I'm going to map to it the ZDTV logo. And you can basically use anything on our website that you can find. What we did is I scanned in. I think actually Robert did this. What did you scan in, a mug or something? He scanned in something. And here it is. Now you can't see it, so I'm going to resize it. There it is. Okay. Whoop. Let's resize. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay. You see what I'm doing here?
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to move it around so it's right on the face that I want it to be. I'm not going to spend all the time I need to really adjust this, but you could see how you could play with it. We're mapping it onto that cube. Now, what's neat about this cube, it's 3D. Look, on the other side, it's backwards. Cool, huh?
Neat.
Neato! But there's more! If I fiddle with it some more, I could just say it says ZDTV. We won't do that. I can give it some motion. See, these are the motion. Now, these are all that comes with a whole bunch of different things, all right? I can give it an interesting motion here. Let's find one we like. Flying in. People seem to like that, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see what that looks like. Whoa! Oh, it's too fast. Too fast. Let's not do that one. Let's find another motion here. How about that? That's a good one. Rotating in. And I'm not going to do it in 10 frames. I'll do it in 100 frames. That'll slow it down. Now let's see what it looks like. Hey, move. Move, cube. Oh, I didn't apply it. Move, cube. I'm talking to you. Let's try it now. Ooh, that's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not done yet. I want to do more. Let's put an object. Let's put a little. I want to put fire on it. Let's put a little fire on it. Why don't we? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now let's look at it. Ooh, it's the flaming ZDTV marshmallow cube.
Wow.
Coming right at you. Wow, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Now you see how I don't have any art skills, no artistic skills at all. But by taking existing images, mixing them together, I can do some pretty cool stuff. Robert did this for us in about 10 minutes. I'm going to show you. This exports to AVI. Here's an AVI movie that you could send to us, suitable for sending to ZDTV. Robert did that in about 10 minutes. Look at that.
Wow, that's neat.
Easy to do, and you can download this for free. Cool 3D from Hot Files. And now what I want you to do is do something for us.
Okay.
I mean, that's easy. You see how easy that is?
I got another little quick question.
Sure, real quick.
Would it be possible for me to do all my, or get rid of all my computer problems and adopt Patrick Norton and Martin Sargent?
You know, how's the food at your house?
Real good. I'm a good cook. I'm a grandmother. It'd be great.
Patrick will be moving in.
All right.
I'll tell him you've invited him. You're
right.
a sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Patrick's blushing right now. Stick around, folks. We got today's news story of the day and the Macworld Mac tip of the day. I'm gonna adopt Chris Breen. That's what I'm gonna do. All coming up when Call for Help continues. You stay right here. Welcome back to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here, taking your calls, answering your questions, showing you cool stuff you can do with your computer. If you've got a question, I'd love to hear from you. We've shown you all the traditional means, but you can also send us a video email so we can put your picture up there. We've got a special address just for video emails, and that's cfhvmail@zdtv.com. Use any video mail package you want. We want your questions via Vmail. Of course, you can chat with us. Just go to the webpage and click on Interact, and we'll see you in there, all right? This is the time of the show we like to check in with our friends in the newsroom, see what's going on in the world around us. Erica Hill is here. She also, I understand, wants to adopt Patrick Norton. Hi, Erica.
I would love to adopt Patrick Norton, Leo.
You're a good sport, because I don't know if you heard that last call. You're probably busy, but
I missed it.
We had a grandma who wants to adopt Patrick Norton, so she'll have no more computer problems.
Well, she's a very wise woman.
She is. How are you, Erica?
I'm doing very well, thanks, Leo.
What's going on in the world around us?
Oh, Leo, what's not going on in the world around us?
Hot stuff?
Lots of hot stuff. Today, you know what we're going to talk about?
What?
Internet taxes.
Oh, that is a very hot topic.
That it is. It's one of the biggest debates, actually, surrounding the Internet these days. Mm-hmm. And Forrester Research says e-commerce will be a $184 billion business by 2004. And because there's no tax on these web purchases, local governments are up in arms over the loss of revenue, giving online sales top billing at the annual meeting of counties in Washington. Janet Yee has more.
Since most of Congress is technologically brain dead, the fact that Congress cannot pass legislation to regulate technology aggressively is not a bad thing.
Congress is still deciding tax the Internet or not. The Federal E-Commerce Commission has until April to make its recommendations, but county governments are putting their 2 cents in now. That's because they're losing $15 billion by 2003.
The Internet is not a place, it's a communication vehicle, and people are under this enamored notion that it is a world unto itself.
In Washington, D.C., the National Association of Counties is meeting. Unlike the federal government, local jurisdictions are taking a firm stand, tax the Internet. It's legal for them to collect the money, but the federal moratorium is putting the brakes on that.
Right now, in most states, sales taxes average about 1/3 of state and local revenues, or about $237 billion.
That's nationally per year, but there's no study on how much of the tax is actually being lost to e-commerce. Retailers are putting the loss at about 10%.
My retailers, the local retailers that support the local communities, have to collect the sales taxes in their jurisdictions. And a lot of times people will buy from out of state simply to evade the taxes, and we don't think that that's fair.
There are a million arguments. The Tech Association of America says, look, if you go into a store and buy anything, you're going to get taxed according to the local jurisdiction. But if you do it on the Internet, well, those merchandisers are going to have to track you down, find out where you're from and how much the tax is. It's just way too complicated.
They talk about a level playing field, but I don't hear people talking about having brick-and-mortar vendors also asking their customers, determining where they're actually from and filing multiple returns, multiple audits, so forth, based on the various locations that they're from.
So when people say, it's a complicated tax system, there are 6,000 or 7,000 tax jurisdictions in the country, they don't add on the fact that there's already software available to deal with the computation of that in a very simple form.
One of those companies is Taxware. It's already testified to Congress. The technology exists to simplify things. The verdict, though, is still out.
And it's all very complicated because, of course, the Internet doesn't have any borders. So the issue of an Internet sales tax stretches from local to international levels. Now, in a couple of weeks, the Federal E-Commerce Commission will hold its final meeting on Internet taxes in Dallas, and the Association of Counties says it will be there in full force.
I love Zoe Lofgren, who says most of Congress is brain dead when it comes to technology.
I thought it was pretty funny when I saw that.
She's a hoot. Good for her. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate
Thank you, Leo.
it. You're far from brain dead when it comes to technology. You want to know what's going on in technology? Erica Hill's got the story. Tune in round the clock, ZDTV's news, of course, and on the website any time of the day or night at ZDTV.com. Are you ready? It's time for our Macworld Mac Tip of the Day. And today's tip: optimize your PowerBook to play DVD movies. From Macworld Magazine to tell us how Chris Breen is actually doing this tip for me, because I'm about to buy a PowerBook.
Good for you.
And I want to watch, part of the reason I'm buying it,
right,
and it would be true of any notebook I'd buy, is I want to watch DVDs on the airplane.
And you should.
Could I do that on this?
You sure can.
Okay, what do I need to do to make it work?
Okay, now, part of the problem is with some of the last generation of PowerBooks, the iMac DV and some of the G4s, is there's a sync problem between audio and video.
Well, we've seen that on PCs too. When you're doing software playback, sometimes the audio gets ahead because it's easier to decompress than the video.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the good news on these things is there's a new system version on these new PowerBooks. It's OS 9.0.2.
Wow.
That corrects this audio sync problem.
Can other Macs download an upgrade?
Not yet, but it's coming soon.
Okay.
Now, the new G4s have it on there.
So that will fix the problem.
That will fix it, along with a couple of other things that they're adding in here. But still, if you have some other things going on in the background, you're still going to get choppy playback.
Yeah, don't slow down your computer.
Right, don't slow down your computer.
Okay.
So one thing you make sure you don't do is don't run things like disk optimizers or utilities or something that's churning away in the background.
Self-evident, but you can't always be sure that that's running.
Right, but you want to make sure nothing's going on in the background.
I always, the thing bugs me is that disk light thing that Norton sold for a while to flash the little icon next to the Apple. That's nuts.
It's totally useless.
Who needs
Get rid of it.
Throw it away.
Okay. So one thing you want to do is you want to turn off Apple Talk.
A lot of people using that, by the way. Every time I see somebody with a Mac, they've got that little thing running in the corner.
Some people need to get a life. Okay.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm sorry.
He didn't say that.
Terribly sorry. Oh, right. They're correct.
Okay, what else can we turn off?
Oh, we want to turn
SETI at home, I bet.
Oh, SETI at home, yeah. It's a great thing for checking for extraterrestrial life.
We all need to do that.
Yes, my passion in life is looking for otherworldly creatures. But
don't
turn
do it
it
while
off.
you're watching
Turn
movies.
it off.
Okay.
Okay, also, go to your control strip and turn off Apple Talk.
Oh. What, now, is that because Apple Talk does stuff while it's...
Yeah, it checks the network every once in a while.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Also, go to your TCP IP control panel.
Yes.
And here's
how quite a bit of, I could write a little Apple script to do this, couldn't I? That would be the thing to do.
Look at this go. It's typing C's for me. I don't know why. Anyway.
Uh-oh.
Look at it go.
Uh-oh.
Okay, anyway, we want to go to user mode. Yeah. And we want to click Advanced. Here we go. And into Options. And turn off TCP IP.
The same thing that, like Apple Talk, will always be pinging out there?
It's polling the network. So you want to do that and close that out, and it may ask us if we want to save or continue typing C's. We say, yeah, go ahead and keep typing those C's. What do I care? All right.
This obviously is not your notebook.
No, I just got this thing, so I have no idea what's going on with it.
All right. Very important. We're going to see in a little bit to talk more about this notebook and another new Apple notebook, so don't go too far. Okay. Meanwhile, coming up next, we're going to check the live lines for more of your tough computer questions. Don't you go away, okay? Stay right here. That's interesting. There it is, the lovely and talented Call for Help webpage. Oh, my goodness. Marina and Michelle worked so hard on this. They put so much goodness in it. It would just be a crying shame if you didn't check it every single day. And by the way, speaking of work, every single day I send out a little email that goes out after the show, and I want to encourage you to read it, because there's always good stuff in there about things we talked about on the show and didn't get into the website. Now, you can, of course, read it on the web just by going here to the show notes page. And if you'd like to get it delivered to you in your inbox, press subscribe now. We are about, 150 people shy of 50,000 subscribers. And I'd sure like to break that 50,000 mark. So why don't you put your name in here, leo@zdtv.com, and subscribe to the newsletter so you can get it delivered right to your box. Phil's our next caller from Louisville, Kentucky. I love Louisville. How you doing, Phil?
Hello, Leo.
How's everything going in Louisville?
Everything's great. They got a lot of people like you here, too.
A lot of geeks?
Plenty. Proud of it.
Yeah, I was really impressed that Louisville is a very computer-savvy town.
You guys were geeks before geeks was cool, though.
That's right. Proud of it. How about you? Are you a new geek or an old geek?
Oh, I'd say I'm about a 3-year-old geek.
That's good. That's old these days. What can I do for you?
Well, Leo, for some time now, I don't know what I've done, but in the Add Remove Programs properties,
yes,
when I install a program now, it never appears in there.
It doesn't show up here, huh?
It doesn't show up there. And so, particularly when I download something from the Internet and I'd like to uninstall it, all of those programs don't have an uninstall folder or place in the programs, and then I'm stuck with them.
So it sounds like something's gone wrong with your Add Remove Programs functionality.
I even reinstalled Windows 98 at one point,
and it's
just
still
over the old one.
Yeah.
And that didn't take care of it.
Nothing shows up in here, or just some things?
Now this happened several months ago, so right now I've got a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah.
But for the past several months, every new thing that's installed doesn't show up in there.
Yeah, because a lot of those internet downloads, even the free files we refer to, are ill-behaved. By which I mean they often don't put an entry in here.
Well, but even my other applications, Leo, I just installed the new Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim. That doesn't show up.
That should absolutely put that in there. Well, one thing is most of these programs will have an uninstall entry in the Start menu. I know that's not a solution. What you're really asking is, how do I fix my Add Remove programs?
I'd like to get in there for of those programs that don't, because there are some that don't have an uninstall feature even in the Start menu.
Right. Well, I'm going to give you one other solution. And the reason I'm doing this is I don't know what's wrong with this. I've never heard of that happening. Clearly, Windows is in some way kerfuggled, and it's all messed up. And it probably has something to do with, I'm guessing, there is a kind of master uninstaller program, and it's probably that's messed up. I'm going to show you one thing you can do to try to check that, okay? Yeah. But in the meantime, an uninstaller like Clean Sweep will get rid of the stuff that you've installed up to now, okay? And it's pretty good. It does as well as this. It goes out and it looks for all the files. In fact, sometimes it does better than this. Now, let me show you a program. This is kind of off the top of my head that will maybe find out what's wrong with this. And do you have Windows 98?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the System File Checker. Do you know about that? Let me show you.
Accessories?
Yeah, accessories, system tools. Everybody should know about this. I don't think a lot of people do. If you go to System Information, which is a new program that comes with Windows 98 that really solves a lot of problems that Windows 95 had. You go to Tools, and you go to the System File Checker, okay? What this does is, you see, it scans for damaged and altered files. Now, see, what I think is the master uninstall program is damaged. So what I want you to do is scan to see if there's damaged files. Now, this may not work, because when you reinstall Windows, it should also, and theoretically, fix this. But it might not. So this might find a damaged file, at which point it'll give you the opportunity to restore it from your Windows 98 disk. Just like this one did, okay? See here? Now, you'll always get this. I don't know why this always shows up, but I'm glad it does, because it shows you what you can do. Restore file. OK. It'll say, where are your Windows disks? You say, OK. Save the file there. Just click OK. Backup folder, OK. And it says, doesn't exist. Yes, create. And then it'll go ahead and restore it. Give that, you know what? That's all I can say. Give that a try. If that doesn't work, Phil, I'm going to keep looking for other answers why this add removes would stop working? Because the truth is I've never seen that before. It's a great question. Maybe somebody's watching and can send me an email. Otherwise, I'll do some research on my own and come back to you in a couple of days. Hey, thanks for the question. I can't wait to get back to Louisville. Oh, look, my system's all messed up. Can't wait to get back to Louisville soon and check out Lulu's. Great restaurant, Louisville. We're going to take a break. One more chance to test your technology. Daily quiz time. Go to the website, click on today's quiz, answer this right. We're going to put you in that drawing for 1 whole year at smartplanet.com. All you got to do is tell me what Gamma is. Is it a new 3D accelerator? A relationship between input and output? A hacker organization? Or the creator of the Hulk? Get to the website, give us your answer, and we'll talk about Gamma when Call for Help continues. Welcome back to Call for Help. Before the break, we asked you what Gamma is. Besides being the third letter in the Greek alphabet, I think the answer we were looking for is B, input-output relationship. This is the technical definition of Gamma. The relationship between the input and output of a device expressed as a number with one being perfect. Okay? So usually it's referring to screen brightness. So that the input to the screen is the same as the output. You get as much brightness out as you put in. And a gamma of 1 would mean it's perfect. If you want a brighter screen, you turn it up. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. You want a darker screen, 0.8, 0.7. Does that make sense? I've never really heard it defined that way. That's the technical definition. I hope you got that right. That was a tough one. I probably would have missed that one. I would have said Hulk's creator. If you did, you're in the drawing for 1 year at smartplanet.com. Good luck to you. Being able to edit and shoot video on the fly, on the road, out there in the real world has been the dream of many a young filmmaker. So what if I said you could shoot professional, broadcast quality video, dump it into your laptop and edit it right there? Seems too good to be true? Macworld's Chris Breen is here to give us a sneak preview of 2 new Macintosh notebooks, including the PowerBook G3. Welcome back.
Thank you.
There are 2 new notebooks in the horizon. This is the one that Steve introduced first.
Right.
This is the iBook Graphite.
That is the iBook Special Edition.
And see, it's gray. It's got that color that the iMac DVs have.
Right.
The ones.
The
G4s.
and the G4s have that as well.
Anything else new in this iBook?
It's 66 megahertz faster.
366 instead of 300?
366 instead of 300.
Well, that's a pretty good boost, 20% boost, something like that. Yeah.
And
what
$200 more.
$200 for $200. It has more RAM though, right?
Nope.
No more RAM?
64 megs on board. So what you're getting is graphite and 66 more megahertz.
Okay. Not very impressive.
Well,
it's not a girly notebook anymore.
You know, this is a Dvorak model.
A man can carry this.
Yeah.
I'd be proud.
No, a lot of people are going to buy it for the design.
Just for the color.
Yeah, it's very attractive. Sure, it's nice to have the extra 66 megahertz. Depends. Your budget can absorb that
How
kind
much?
of hit.
$1,800?
$1,800 bucks.
Okay, it is a little bit more. But let's look. Okay, let's put this down because I want to look at another notebook, and this is the one I'm looking at. This is the new G3-based PowerBook.
Yes, this is a G3. This is the PowerBook in parentheses FireWire.
Okay, so I'm gathering from that the new thing on this is FireWire.
Yeah, there are a couple of new things on this that are very, very nice.
Okay, let's take a look. First of all, at the back. That's where you're going to see the biggest difference. Let's not unplug that. These are the FireWire ports right here. Can you see? Can you see those, Gabe? So is this the first notebook with a FireWire on it?
Yes, this is the first PowerBook with FireWire on board.
So it's got FireWire there and USB there. 2 FireWires, 2 USB. That's Ethernet.
Right.
Here's another new thing right over here.
Well, actually, that was on an earlier one.
I like this. So SVHS.
That's an S-video out, so you can play movies out of your PowerBook.
Wow. Now, this is the regular NTSC video out, or is this a monitor out?
That is your monitor out.
That's a monitor out. So you could have a desktop monitor.
Right.
So this is the NTSC out. That's the RGB out. It's got a modem.
Right.
Sound in and out. Pretty nicely equipped there.
Yeah.
Whoops, I just put it to sleep. Let's wake it back up.
Come on, baby.
What else is new in this?
Well, this has a Rage 128 mobility chip in it.
Now, that is an important chip. That's the one we were talking about with the Dell 7000 that lets you do games on here.
Right. In the past, they had the Rage Pro in there, which was okay for certain games, but a Rage 128 is really nice. Quake 3 plays beautifully on this one.
Wow. Quake 3 on a Mac.
Unreal Tournament.
I think we're waking it up. I hope we are.
Okay,
it just takes a while.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit.
I hear it grinding away.
There it goes.
What else is new? It's a faster chip, yeah?
It's a faster chip. This is a 400 megahertz model. There's also a 500 megahertz model.
I think that's the one I'm going to get. It's the 500.
And they all come standard now with the DVD on board.
So you can play your movies, and that's what we were talking about earlier. And you said this has an upgraded operating system, so the movies play well on it.
Yeah, they play.
Interesting. With the SVHS out, I could hook this up to my TV.
Yeah, you bet. I do that at home. I have an earlier model PowerBook, but I do that at home.
And so this would be a kind of like a DVD player and a notebook.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Do you like it? Would you recommend it? Folks
I do like
it.
Yeah, we like it a lot. I really like that 500 megahertz model.
That's the one. Now, it's very pricey. This one's $2,500.
Yeah, $2,500. The other one is $3,500.
$3,500, which puts it right at the top of notebook prices right now.
Yeah, it's running at 500 megahertz. It's a very fast machine.
128 megs of RAM.
128 megs of RAM.
Big hard drive.
I think it's 18 gigabytes.
18. Now, if we had a DV cam, we're not going to do this today because we don't want to take the time. We could hook up any digital video into there, right?
Yeah.
And capture. It doesn't come with iMovie. You have to have some sort of capture software.
You're going to have to buy capture software.
Something like Final Cut.
Right. Final Cut Pro is Apple's.
And then I'd be able to put a camera in there.
Oh, yeah.
And dump video into it. Hard drive's fast enough to do that and edit and everything?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, I've done it on my other PowerBook, which is much slower, and through the card bus slot using FireWire, and it works beautifully.
See, that's a great thing. So I can go out on location, shoot some video, dump it into here,
do all your editing there,
and I'll have it on the
dump it back out to the internet. And it never leaves the digital.
Unbelievable. All right, the new G3 PowerBook. Why not a G4?
G4 chip. Well, if you've looked inside a Power Mac G4, you'll see that the heatsink is about this big.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's a brick.
So these things, the G4s run hot, and they suck up a ton of power.
Okay, and that's one issue on these is battery life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want your power being drained in 20 minutes.
Okay. This gets about 5 hours if you have both batteries. That's not bad. Not bad. Hey, great. Thanks for bringing this by. I'll give it back after we review it. Okay.
No.
You can find Chris Breen's fine work every month in Macworld Magazine or at their website at macworld.com. Stick around, folks. We're going to check the mailbag for your final comments and questions on today's show right after this. This is really nice. Welcome back to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here, taking a look at some of the email we received during the show today. I love this one. Remember we were talking about the disc light, the little thing that lights up here when the disc is being accessed on the Mac? Kevin says, I love a Mac user. I love disc light. I'd be lost without it since I'd have no idea what discs are being accessed or written to. I stand corrected. If you like it, you keep it. It's a personal computer. You can do anything you want with it. Now, let's see. We got another one here. Oh, I'm running out of time. Stupid question. I got a number of these today. Justin wants to know, what is the program you use to change between windows that are open? You mean like this? That's called Windows. Alt-Tab. Press the Alt key and press Tab. You can go to any open window. You know what? A lot of people don't know that. That's a really handy thing to be able to do. And finally, real quickly, I'm going to get that. Susan wants to know what kerfuddled means. Is that a real word? No, I made it up. Coming up on the next Call for Help, I'm a little kerfuddled. Put that netcam to work for your small business. Save yourself a trip to Timbuktu or out to the burbs by organizing your own video conference. We're going to show you how to do it for free. That's it for this edition of Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte. Thanks for joining me. Next time your computer is driving you mad, making you crazy, don't whine, don't moan, don't yell. What are you going to do? You're going to call for help. I'll see you next time.